Hare Krishna. I don't know how long I have for this video. I never know how long, but I want to share a few thoughts. First of all, I want to say that the word Bhag means opulence. I believe it means opulence, B-H-A-G in Sanskrit, and Van means possessor. So anybody who's great is called Bhagavan. I'm talking about extraordinarily great. And Bhagavan is actually truly applied to Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But I want to say this, right? A lot of people worship God, or they worship Krishna because they're afraid, or they want something. Like, they want whatever it is that they want from God. That's why they worship God. They go into a business relationship with God. But when you reach a certain point where your relationship with the Lord is based on love, then it doesn't even matter if God is God. And I say that to say because I was at work today and I was thinking, what if I found out Krishna is not God? What if I found out he is not Bhagavan? Well, first of all, in his travels, he has displayed one of or all of the 6 opulences that prove that a person is the Supreme Lord, like, unlimited wealth, unlimited beauty. It is said that the skin pores of Vishnu, listen closely, alone is so beautiful that it defeats the beauty of millions of billions of Indras. Indra is the king of the heavens. Indra is the king of all the demigods, also known as Shango. So when we're dealing with somebody like Shango, who's known as very beautiful, very attractive, fond of wine, women, and dancing, Indra is known for the same things. And of course, lightning is beautiful. And Indra, Shango, they control things like rainfall, lightning, electricity. And even in the midst of something as beautiful as electricity, it's defeated millions and billions of times over just by the skin pores of Vishnu. So we can only imagine how beautiful Krishna is. So he has unlimited beauty, unlimited strength, unlimited knowledge. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 things right there. He has strength, knowledge, beauty, riches, unlimited renunciation, and I'm missing one. I always miss one. I'm sorry for that. I'll get back to you with that. I'll probably put it in the description box. But I say that to say, listen, for me, I decided today that even if I found out that Krishna is not God, if he is not Bhagavan, I'm still going to serve him with love and adoration. Because true friendship should never be determined by a person's status. True friendship should be determined by reciprocal love. Now, there's 2 reasons why I believe in Krishna. There's a few reasons why I believe in Krishna. And, some of y'all know the story already about my cousin who basically met God. Before I knew anything about Krishna consciousness, he met God when he was in surgery. But that's not the only reason. I love Krishna because of things that I learned about him through reading illuminated texts, like books authored by Srila Prabhupada or scriptures translated by Srila Prabhupada. So from seeking knowledge, I've learned a lot about Krishna and have grown to love him. But the real reason I love Krishna is because of how he deals with me. Seriously. He deals with me on a personal level because I chose to see him as a person and not as some abstract almighty Lord. Like when you say the almighty, that becomes impersonal. But when you're dealing with Krishna and when you're dealing with his attributes, Krishna really has no name. However, he loves to be identified by his association to his devotees. So he's known as, like, for example, Nanda Nandana. His adoptive father is known as Nanda, and he is Nandana, the son of Nanda. He likes stuff like that. And Krishna is so honorable. Krishna never liked to wear sandals or slippers, yet he took his father's sandals and slippers and carried them to his father on his head. Like, what kind of person does that? You don't even have sandals or slippers for yourself, but you're going to carry somebody else's sandals or slippers to them on your head? That says a lot because, in the East, especially with the Arabs, you never put shoes to your head. Indians are like that too. You don't put people's shoes or people's foot to your head. It's disrespectful, you know what I mean? Unless like that's your spiritual master, then some people grovel at the feet of their spiritual master. So Krishna, being a magnanimous person he is, you know, he also has a great sense of humor. He's a very, very interesting person. So I once asked Krishna, I said, you know, Krishna, I would like to work. I'm going to show you how he has a sense of humor. I would like to work with the environment. I would like to help the environment, protect the environment. So what did Krishna do? He helped me to get a job where I'm helping the environment. I'm dealing with garbage all day. I separate trash and, you know, separate metals, cardboard. Certain things go to the landfill and certain things get recycled so that we can use them again and again and again. Because if you let all of the metal go to the garbage, to the landfill, the price of metal will go up. The price of paper will go up if we let cardboard and stuff like that just go to the landfill. So now I gotta separate that stuff. I have to compress garbage, tons of garbage, and put bags over it. You know what I'm saying? These big bags, real big bags. They're not normal bags. And they get shipped out of state to like Ohio, Pennsylvania, places like that. You know, a lot of our garbage goes New York State, city, whatever, Long Island. Our garbage goes to Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, places like that. So, you know, he does have a sense of humor because now I'm working with the environment. Next thing I want to do is work with cows, but never, never, never in a slaughterhouse. You know what I mean? But I just want to say that, you know, if you're a true friend of somebody, it doesn't matter what status they have. It doesn't matter how much wealth they have or don't have. An interesting thing about Krishna is that when he grew up in Vrindavan, in the village of Vrindavan, although he had all of the 6 opulences, strength, fame, wisdom, beauty, riches, and renunciation, although he has all of these things naturally as the supreme personality of Godhead, all of that stuff was defeated in the presence of the love of his devotees. Hear that point very clearly. The people in Vrindavan loved him. They didn't care if he was God or not. They wasn't into all of that God stuff and that religion stuff. The most they used to do was worship demigods and stuff like that so that they could get rain and grain and milk and sunlight and good weather. They would worship demigods and stuff like that, but they loved Krishna so much. There was a few times when the great demigods like Lord Brahma and Indra would come and worship Krishna, bow down on their face. And his friends and even Lord Shiva would worship Krishna. And his friends, the Cowherd Boys, the cowboys that grew up with him, that used to play with him, who saw him as on an equal status, they would be like, look at Brahma, he has 4 heads, but he don't have much sense. They're worshiping this guy eats dirt. This guy, he doesn't even have slippers and stuff like that. And these same little boys would go home to their mother. They wouldn't be amazed by hearing that Krishna was God or hearing the prayers of like elephants praying to Krishna and stuff like that, Gajendra and Indra, and that didn't faze them. They would just go home to their mother and say, hey, Mom, do you know that Krishna is God? And just leave it at that and be like, oh, so can I have some dinner now? So this is the funny thing about it, is that his opulence, his power is covered by the love of his devotees. Krishna thinks like a human being, like a man, like one of us, when covered by love. Love defeats all of Krishna's powerful opulences, and he considers himself to be just one of the guys, one of the friends, one of the sons of the village, one of the lovers of the village. You know what I mean? He becomes like a normal person. Never does he become weak like us. But he forgets who he is because the love of his devotees is so powerful and pure. Then he confirmed that years later in the Bhagavad Gita when he was explaining to Arjuna that he is conquered by love. So I would like to say, for all of the people out there watching this video, first of all, hello, wonderful person. Thank you for supporting my videos and watching my videos over the years. Like the video, comment, and share if you feel it'll help somebody. You know what I mean? And I'd like to give a shout out to my oldest sister, Tony McLaughlin. You know, as we approach the anniversary of the death of my middle sister, Robin, Now I'm finding out that my oldest sister is not doing so well, and if anybody could pray for her or send her blessings, I would appreciate it. And it is unfortunate that all of us born in the material body have to face 4 forms of suffering inevitably. We have to face birth, which is traumatic in itself. We have to face old age, we have to face disease, and we have to face death. This is something that all of us will go through, whether you're a good person or a bad person, whatever your karma is, or if you don't have karma, you have to face birth, old age, death, and disease. So I'd like to shout out Srila Prabhupada for coming to the West and trying to spread Krishna consciousness so that people can attain that gift of everlasting life. You know what I mean? You can go back home to the spiritual world. You could go to the Vaikuntha planets, or you could go to the Goloka planets. And these pastimes of Krishna are unlimited, and his avatars are always coming to the world, wave after wave after wave.